guys, what is going on? This is Woodside I. I'm bringing you a commentary on a subject that is a little bit controversial, and it's going to be gun laws, gun restrictions, getting on guns. Basically, I'm making this commentary in not response, but in a need to discuss the recent the shooting in Connecticut, Newtown. I live in Connecticut. I live in Stamford. It's an hour and a half, an hour and 15 from Newtown. I've been to Newtown. I have people who, my friends' cousins live in Newtown. I met the cousin. I stayed at their house, and it's close to where I live. It was a very, very tragic event that happened that really did hit home because it happened at an elementary school. My mom teaches at an elementary school, and it didn't have to be that elementary school. It could have been the one my mom taught at. It could have been the high school that I went to. It could have been the high school that you guys went to. It could have been the elementary school you guys went to. It just so happened that it turned out to be this in particular school. This tragic event happened there, and basically I'm making this commentary because that event shouldn't just get rid of guns at all. If anything, it should increase the quantity. Sounds stupid. It should encourage people to want guns because they always say call the police. You're not always in a position where you can call the police. In that school, he was already in the school with a gun. If they had an armed cop in the school, people still would have died, but it might not have been 26 students or some number of students and a couple teachers. It wouldn't have been 26 dead people. There would have been a few less dead people. And when people say these are the reasons that we should have gun restrictions in America, like in Japan, there's only 3 gun deaths a year, but those people are they're controlled by the government. We don't live in a place where we are controlled by the government. And that guy who did those things at the school, he was fucked up in the head. Like, my uncle has a bunch of guns. They're all registered. His son's a cop. They're all very versed in the field of guns and weapons and things of that nature. And I don't think that my uncle should be punished because of the fact that there's a crazy guy out there who's decided that he's going to go shoot an elementary school. And I'm not making light of this. This was an awful event, and we had a lot of just really upset people for the rest of. We still have really upset people because of the thing, and it's miserable because people like that aren't wired like the rest of us. I don't think anyone's mindset is to go into an elementary school and kill a bunch of people. Those are the few fucked up people in the world, which sadly you hear more about the people that are fucked up than you do about the people that are law-abiding citizens. You've never heard my name on the news before because I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't go to an elementary school and shoot them up. You don't go to an elementary school and shoot the elementary school up with students inside of it and kill 26 people. That's why you don't notice the good people, because the bad people are the ones that make it onto the news. It seems like there's more bad people in the world than there are good because the news is covering it. The media is just awful with that. It sounds stupid, but on the TV shows when they show the news people and the fireman rescued the cat from the tree or something like that, you may think that that's stupid, but in light of the destruction and all the awful things that we have in our world on a regular basis, it's almost good to see something like that. It's just, we don't have that kind of, we don't live in that kind of world. We don't go after the good. We go after the bad because the bad sells. The news ratings are higher during these kind of awful catastrophes. During the Hurricane Sandy, the shooting at Sandy Hook, 9/11, all those things are when the news is at its peak and their ratings are through the roof. But when something good happens, they don't acknowledge it. And this got a little off topic from guns, but we're going to move back to the guns. I think that guns are the foundation of America. Like, the Constitution gives us the right to keep and bear arms. It doesn't say you can have guns, but only kind of. It says you can have guns, and my personal opinion is you should be allowed to have guns, but you should have stricter gun. The process of acquiring one should be more difficult. You should have to go through a psyche evaluation. You should have to go through a safety test. You should have to go through a test that says if someone's on your property, when you can shoot them or when you can't shoot them. You should have to go through a marksmanship test. You should have to have every person in your home who's going to be in the same house as the weapon. They should have to be evaluated. This sounds like a lot, but these are the things that could keep people safe. Or if this Adam Lanza guy, if they had interviewed him as well as they had interviewed his mother when she acquired the guns, then maybe they wouldn't have been allowed to get the guns. Maybe he wouldn't have gone into the school. Maybe he wouldn't have killed all of those people. This is just maybe. I don't know. I don't. Not saying that you should take what I'm saying to heart or anything. Just think about it. It's something to consider, because they make it out to seem like the guns are the ones shooting the people, but it's other people that are shooting them. Who's to say that he wouldn't have gone into the school with a knife and brutally stabbed a bunch of kids to death? That same day, a person in China went into a school and stabbed 26 students. Nobody died, but those children are going to live the rest of their lives scarred by what happened to them inside of that school. They're going to, every time they have to go to school between now and and when they graduate, they're always going to have that fear of, well, what if it happens again? It happened before. Well, who's to say it can't happen again? It's not just the guns, it's the people. And it's not so much that the people are doing it, so much that they're not getting any blame for it. It's all going right onto the shoulders of the gun advocates. People who are pro-gun are made out to look like murderers, like they're the ones doing this. The people that have their guns registered and are law-abiding citizens and shoot their guns at the range and have the proper gun safes in their house, those aren't the people going to the school and shooting the school. It's the fucking crazy people who take their mother's gun, take their father's gun, take their uncle's gun, and they go do something like that. And it's awful that people are categorizing everything into one little category, saying that, well, there was a shooting, so all guns are bad. All guns aren't bad. Police officers carry guns, and police officers are what keep you, what keep me, what keep everyone safe on a day-to-day basis. If there were no police officers that were there to protect us with their guns, there would just be criminals running around with guns, killing people, stabbing people. There would be no order. We would live in a chaotic society, and it would be shit. We would literally live in shit. That's my time, guys. I gotta go. Thank you so much for stopping by. This has been Woodside. See you guys later.